How we do, folks? Your boy, Marcus 205 numbers after the name Wasteland Wednesday murder game. Though temper your expectations of one murder game means on Black Ops 6. I ain't gonna lie. It's interesting. I was trying to kind of look back at some of my other beta games, and I always post my first game too when the game comes out, which I always look forward to because some of them have just been atrocious. More often than not, I basically just break even. That's kind of like what happens. I just go like 17 and 17 in whatever game mode it is, and I'm like, alright, I guess could only go up from here, even though maybe we could go down. But in this case, bring you some of the beta footage over here. Game of Dom on Derelict that we did pretty well here. Probably my favorite out of all the maps, I'm not gonna lie. And let's start with some of the map discussion here, because it's a little bit weird for a Treyarch game that I feel the way I feel about some of the maps. So, Derelict's probably my favorite of the maps. 3-lane, kind of, really, like 6 or 7 lanes. Like all these train cars kind of divided. There's all these little side paths that have to do different ways. But overall, I think pretty cool map. Good lines of sight. Allows for like long gameplay, short gameplay. You could kind of come from above people, kind of hang out like I'm doing right here. The only bad part about it is the spawns. I mean, that's in a lot of these maps in particular, but the spawns in this map can be really, really wonky. We'll see what happens here later in the game, where you could really like pin people down in certain spots and locations. And I don't know. I don't understand. Particularly here behind the C flag, that spawn sometimes is just out of control like that. Scud, which is the map with like the satellite. Weird spawns as well in that one, and that's just something about all these maps. It really is just. I think you could kind of see Treyarch struggling with the Infinity War kind of spawn logic engine thing as they're introducing some of these medium-sized, small maps. I mean, every map is medium-sized to small, which, could be alright, could be bad. I mean, who knows? But it depends on really your preference. I'd like to have an option. There are some, I was going to say long lines of sight here, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll have long shot camos this time around. I've gotten a couple here on Derelict with a long shot, but that's about it. Either way. Just accidentally fell into this bush, or just accidentally hit the button and went on the damn bush. I'm like, what's going on, man? My high alert's kicking in. I'm like, who? Someone's behind me? I was like, hold up, but now I'm completely exposed. Why are they behind me? Either way, Scud, has that PowerPoint with the satellite dish that, it's got a lot of options to it. I don't know. I really struggle with it because anytime someone was up there, I feel like they annihilated me. Anytime I went up there, I was just decimated in a second. Some weird spawns around the A point and Dom as well. Overall, okay. I don't know. Babylon, let's see that. Skyline was the other one, right? Skyline was the one with like the pool and all that kind of jazz. I want to like Skyline. I think Skyline, I can't compare. I was gonna say it has like raid type potential, raid old Black Ops 2 map, but it doesn't. It just doesn't. But I feel like it could be there, and I think it is a map that's cool to showcase all the different Omni movement stuff. I'm not the biggest Omni movement guy right now, honestly. I like some things about it, but it's a little bit too much at times. So, I'm okay. I'll hold the verdict down on that. Spawns could be a little bit wonky there as well, where you're just spawning next to a guy. There was a couple times where I spawned on the seaside kind of the map, where the C flag is if you're playing Dom, and there's just like a dude who spawns right on the other side of C. Like, if we both turn to each other, we just immediately shoot each other right off the rip. So, I don't know about that. And then Babylon, I mean, like, I don't even know what to say about that map. I saw something online compared to Shipment, and yeah, I mean, it's literally Shipment. It's what it is, for good and for bad. It's chaos. It's way too small of a map. There's way too many people. The spawns make little to no sense most of the time. I wish there was something else I could say about that map. I have fun with it, I will say. It has allowed me to try different classes. I even tried the shotgun on that map because I was like, well, since we're so up and close and personal, maybe a shotty to the body. I was a little disappointed by the shotgun. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, maybe you need more attachments, whatnot. I use all my green perks on that one too, though, especially when I'm playing in objective mode, because you could get like hella points from doing that. But it's so tough to get a streak on because it's just madness. People all over the place. There are some lines of sight that are interesting for like long range engagements as well, and I kind of tried playing it that way versus just running shotgunning. So I don't know. I still have to find my footing in it. Honestly, sometimes when I've kind of just sat and not moved much, really I've had my best games on that map, and I don't know. It's not the way I want to say play it, especially on a small map like that. I kind of think back to like what I did at Shipment. I don't know, but there were people at Shipment, right, that just sat down with like LMGs in a corner and were able to like nail everybody mounted. I was never that person, even though I did manage to do a lot of my grinding for like camos that way with that. But And I don't know, maybe that's what Babylon serves too. Maybe when Babylon pops up, or maybe there'll be a Babylon rotation. You're just like, all right, cool. I get to just like bang out all my camos here. I don't know what the camo challenges will look like, but if they look funky or something difficult like that, maybe that's a location to do it. But in terms of a map, it's not. And you know, I mentioned Shipment and not Nuketown, right? When you kind of think about it, and Shipment's a very Modern Warfare thing, right? It's just utter chaos. I wouldn't call Shipment good map design by any means. I think it's just a disaster that you could have fun with. Whereas Nuketown, which I'm not the biggest Nuketown person per se, but I do respect that the map is pretty damn good, even if I'm not the biggest person for it. That is like objectively though, like there's lanes, there's ideas behind it, there's different ways to like play it while still keeping it contained, that you have to engage in it. Very well thought out. Their Shipment is just a joke. In Babylon, I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know. So overall, my like impressions from the beta is I'm lukewarm about things. I'm positive in the sense that it plays more like a Treyarch game than a Infinity Ward game, right? Like I didn't play Modern Warfare 3, as I already played Modern Warfare 2, and I was like, it's good stuff, but not 100% for me. I kind of want a little more of that Treyarch flavor. But it's almost like a mix of the two, right? The time to kill for me in this game, way too quick, like just way too quick. The Omni movement, maybe a little bit too quick as well. I don't know. I feel like I'm like messing up my like joystick on my controller too. I keep pushing this thing in, a tactically sprint and not sprint and try to move to the side and stuff like that. There's some things about the Omni movement that I love. I love everything you can do in prone. I think that's great. I think being able to turn 360 while you're prone, I think being able to turn around, I think that's awesome. I think the dolphin dive and the sliding, I think that's fine as well. Even though some of the sliding, like you see right here, is really going around that corner. I personally would never do that in a game. Like, that's just not my strategy. I'm like, hold up, but I'm leaving myself completely exposed. I don't know. But I've been trying to do it because I get popped by people that do it all the time. I will be like, I'll be the person waiting over there, making sure. I'm like, all right, let's see. Let me make sure when they come around this corner, I'm going to get them. And then they just slide right through everything. And I'm like, and then they kill me in 2 seconds. I'm like, am I missing something? Like, am I like not like getting it? I don't know. So those things I'm kind of a little bit dubious about. Maybe it's just connection things. Maybe it's just some lobbies and some people are better than others. Who knows? There's a lot of factors. There's a beta. I don't want to like go too deep dive into negatives kind of things, but the maps overall for me were okay. None of them were like, damn, like I cannot wait to play this like all the time. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the last time I've had a map like that I felt like, man, when this thing comes in rotation. Like I've had maps that I like more than not. Like I like that, like for example, I enjoy this map. If you ask me to vote what map I would vote for every time that it comes up, it is this map. Would I put this as like a quintessential like good Call of Duty map? Nah, like I don't just go anywhere where like raid is or firing range or I don't know the damn one that I used to use, the shotgun one, stakeout or stack, whatever, stacks or whatever the hell it was called. Nah, none of that like even goes anywhere near that. But even I used to like Array, for example. I used to like Discovery. There's other maps that like weren't necessarily the most popular ones that I would like, and I don't know. It's a little bit challenging. I don't have anything too negative to say about the map per se, but I'm also not blown away with them, and I'm very curious to see what the rest of it goes. Because I presume in the beta you try to show us the maps that most embody what you're trying to do, which is why I understand, for example, that the Skyline map is there. Because that to me is the epitome of like, hey, here's Omni movement, man. You could be second floor, first floor, dolphin diving into pools, sliding off of things, like jumping on this side, auto mantling stuff, underground too to hide stuff. Like there's so much you could do on that map for what this game is asking for. Whereas Derelict, I'm not sure it has that 100% outside of, as you can see right there, you could just slide into a dude who's walking out a door, which I don't know, and then jump and slide and move around like that. And then slide through over. Thankfully, he has a pistol, and then that's me over there. Come on, I end up killing him, right? There you go, your boy, shining like a diamond.